Oh, okay. So I gotta do it like that. Perfect. Perfect. I think. Have I done it? Is it on? Hey, I think it's on. Sweetums. Ba-dum bum bum. Alright. Give me a minute and I will attempt something else. For those that come in the future, give me a minute. Oh, hey, it did stuff. Okay, cool. Cool, 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 cool. That's kind of cool, actually. Now I'm curious. All right, I'm just testing the live stream at this point. For those in the future, go like 10 minutes in the further on. We'll see what happens. Let us see. Okay, it's live, so it's working. Let's do test again. Oh, I'm hearing myself from my speaker. Whoops! I don't want that. That's gonna sound really weird. Test again. Hey, okay, it worked. Okay, cool. It's working. Hey, the chat's working. That's pretty cool. That works. All right, for the first few minutes before 6mm Mando gets on, just kind of chit chat. Uh, no sound. Why is there no sound? Okay, thank you. No sound. Why is there no sound? Okay. It's showing sound. No sound. Okay. I think I've got sound on my end. Sounds working for you. I don't know. I appear to have sound. At least my microphone's working. I think it's coming through on my phone too. This is why I started a few minutes early, so I could make sure the tech is working. My phone doesn't like it, that's for sure. Okay, according to my phone, I'm getting sound. Why do I have to sign into chat? What? That's kind of weird. It's my chat. Okay, how do I? Oh, I can move it. Never mind. I'm not doing that then. Clearly, I have no idea what I'm doing. Again. People are actually here. Hi, guys. All right. Been an interesting day. Let's just say the least. Why won't it let me do anything with this? I have to leave? No, I'm not. Okay, as long as it's showing properly. Alright. Hopefully there's no issues when Mando gets on. That's my other concern. Shoot him a message real quick and make sure everything's still on board. In the meantime, hi. Have a new channel art that I put up today. I had a family member make it for Christmas. So the rain cloud symbol, the black and the white one, is getting phased out, and I'm making I have a blue one. That's like a purple look to it. It's actually on the channel right now. I did that just a few minutes ago. Live streams are weird. All right, it just feels weird to be on a live stream. I haven't done one of these since last year. We were prepping for Fate's Grasp, and it feels weird to just talk to something and just wait for words to appear on the side. It just feels wrong. Well, what fun missions depends on who you are and what you're doing. The ones that I'm most excited for are there's some hut ones that I'm looking forward to seeing how people participate, as well as some of the Perla Corporation ones, where I feel like there's going to be some very interesting RP on how some of these things get done. I have, let's see, I'm trying to figure out what I can say. Because I'm trying to limit my information leakage today to the beginning of the event, because that makes sense. And I didn't really sit down and go through this like I was supposed to. I'm kind of making this up as I go. Oh, okay, this is a problem. I can't do this and see that. Technical problems. Wait one, I think. Come on, work with me, PC. Okay. Crisis averted? Crisis averted. Cool. I'll get into some more details of some of this stuff, but there's a twist on how the factions are going to operate this time around, especially for the Empire and the Rebels. Whereas in the past, the Empire has normally been the controlling body, has been the organizational force, the planetary garrison. This time around, they're going to be not those guys. They're the guys coming in, wanting to take control and take command of places. They're going to be the invaders of sorts until a certain point, and then that will kind of switch around and they'll have different stuff. It's not going to be the entire event for them, but they're not going to be just sitting around patrolling bases for this event. And that's one that I know some of the Imperial players are interested in. I see ISC. You're one of those guys. You guys have all kinds of stuff. You will get a full briefing at some point. I have lots of stuff for you to do. Yeah, the ISC guys, you're going to be busy. You're going to be really busy. You're going to have a lot of fun opportunities. Oh, and I'll mention this like 2 or 3 different times during the stream, but it's reverse. That's weird. Oh, it is reversed. Over here, there is a section of the stream that's posters. If you've met Liana, these are all hers. I had a blank spot in the. I gotta figure right there. I had a blank spot in the setup, and so I asked her for a bunch of her posters that she puts around the field. I'm also looking forward to seeing how the huts interact with people, because they're gonna get much more into this later. There's going to be an entire section of the field that's going to be like the criminal area, the hive of scum and villainy, because of how the rock is set up, we can actually have a secondary section for the criminals, and I am looking forward to seeing how that plays into the overall theme. It may not work the way I'm thinking it will, just because we never tested this, but that's the idea anyway. Have different factions and whatnot. Nothing yet for Crooks. Okay. Hey Ronan, did you get sound? I'm hoping it's on your end. Not to be. Why would I say that? If I asked if you had sound in verbal, it wouldn't work. Can you hear me? What's he gonna say? No? I also have a fun little setup behind me. I didn't have to put this up here. I just thought it'd be funny. Most of these are things that you will see on the field outside the Legos. The Legos are just mine. Oh, whoa, the chat shows up over here too, so I don't have to have that open. That's cool. Yeah, the hut stuff is going to be interesting. So at Echo's Resolve, where I am treating the huts like they're one of the main factions. So instead of just Rebels and Empire, you're kind of having a trifecta of Rebels, Empire, huts, and then everybody else. And I know we have a bunch of hut players already set up. If you've been to the Rock before, the old West Town is going to be the hut town. It's going to be the area for all of the, like I said, the scum and villainy. Heat bands and stuff I'm expecting to see in there quite a bit because that's their area to hang out. And they're going to have their own storefront and stuff in there. So players that have heat or criminals don't necessarily have to go into the town to get upgrades and stuff. It'll be more expensive to get stuff at the huts. But that option is still available for them. And I am looking forward to seeing how that stuff works out. I know there's several guys prepping alien costumes. I think there's 2 Rhodians prepared. I could be wrong, but I think that they've got 2 Rhodians and there's another alien. Probably a Duro. I think there's 1 Duro too. And so that area is going to be an interesting little hub of aliens and who knows what else. Awesome. Yay, you can hear me. So, but I had this set up, got some of the different things like those really cool cameras over here, necklaces that Recklin makes, the little wooden ones that have the Arabesh translator on it. Hey, Artie! My Perlicorp main. I swear, Artie, I will get to more of that chat here soon. I looked away and that chat had like 40 messages or something in about Perla, and I was not able to keep up in the slightest. I'm looking forward to seeing how the Perlicorp interacts with the world around them. It's their second full faction, but it's a different type of faction from Vorpan. So the whole lore and everything behind it is a little bit different. I won't know how to call you a different name. It's gonna be weird. We've got a couple of our NPCs that are swapping names, and it's gonna be so weird because I'm gonna walk up and call you Artie, and your name is gonna be Lester. I love that name, Arthur Lester, Director Arthur Lester. That's awesome. How many Perla? What did I see? Was there? So we got what, 7 or 6 Perla members, and I'm wanting to. Good RP. Yeah, I'm who? Those are always the fun ones. The ones you can just play off. I will say that video of you at Ambition's Toll. Oh, not Ambition's Toll. The one where the Empire are asking you questions about the guy and you completely blow it off. I guess I didn't know him that well. It was fun. Okay. Wait, do I have to let you in? How do I do that? I don't know. Hang on. Trying to get Mando in. I may have screwed up somewhere. He's in the lobby. Wait, there's a lobby? I don't remember what I'm doing. How do I let you in? Hang on. How do I do this? How do I was hoping he would just join right in, but apparently that's not how this works. No, that doesn't help. How do I get you in here? Is it over here? Nope. Is it over here? Foobar. That's not the right button in the slightest. Cancel that. Alright, technical issues. Again. Collab cam. Yes, your guests. Yes. He says he's sitting in a lobby. Okay, I remember this being weird last time. How did I do this last time? Multi-stream. Nope, that's not it. That's not it either. This should not be that difficult. Alright, Google, help me. How do I get you in here? Didn't think it was going to be that difficult. That's not the right one. Let's try that. Cam. How do I get people into it? He has the link. For streaming places, blah blah blah. How do I? What's the lobby? I don't know what I'm doing. Everything was going too smooth. Panicking. Well, this is not working well. Why is it? It shouldn't be this hard. I feel like I'm missing something very crucial. There's got to be a simple thing that I am overlooking, which does not bode well for what's happening here. How do I fix this? Help! Stream link, that's not, no, I don't want to edit. I don't need to edit. Alright, what if I do this again? What if I send him a new link? What will a new link fix it? I don't see, how do I can invite him in. How I know what it is, but why can't I get you're hidden in stream? Why are you hidden? How are you hidden? Why is it hidden? You would think that there would be hidden instrument. I'm trying. Off. Yes. Add source. Double click. Click. Click show on stream. Where's show on stream? Hang on. There's no show on stream. Okay, what am I missing? It says there's a show on stream button. Where is the show on stream? No. After the guest joins, click show on stream. Wait, there's two of them? Wait, why is there a second one? Doesn't say anything either. They're saying the exact same thing, but why are there two of them? I don't know why there's two of them. Okay, maybe I should have done a practice run first. There's no join stream. After the guest joins, click show on stream. Where's the show on stream button? I greatly apologize, everybody. This is why I'm not a professional. Yeah, I've got the logo there. It's behind. Whoa, that's not right. Don't do that. That's not right either. He's not hidden behind the logo. The logo isn't hiding him. He's sitting there waiting to come in. I just can't find the button to put him in. In this. Am I reading old instructions? Share video. Wait, is it down here? Nope. Did that do anything? That did nothing. Gosh darn it! Working on it. What happens if I just make a new one? I'm just gonna make an entirely new input and see if that fixes it. Just completely brand new. I'm sending you a new link, Amando. Let's see if this one works. I'm just completely cutting out the old one. Please work. Share video source optional. Hey! Are you still hidden? Joined. No. Why isn't it coming through? Oops, don't do that. That would make everything much worse. He's in here. He's waiting to join.
Hello?
Hey, you're in a lobby, right? And
So I'm sitting in the waiting room here,
it says I have to
but
bring you in, right?
yeah, so you did like the collab cam thing, right? And that's
Yeah.
how you sent me the link.
Yes.
And then you sent that to me.
And you've joined into a lobby. And I'm
And
trying to
then
find.
what's going on?
Yeah, because I've got him in Discord. The Discord's bleeding through the desktop.
Oh god, it's hit me on both sides here. All right, so you listening?
I'm listening. What do you see?
So once you sent that link out,
Mm-hmm.
there should be another tab. So the link, that collab cam part where you sent that link out, and you were to send that link out again, there should be a new tab just to the right of it in that collab thing after you've sent that link out.
Yeah, I'm not getting that. Weird. Because that's what I was looking at too, and I've been trying to find that. Technical problems.
Can you mute your normal cam voice?
Oh, yeah.
Just having this conversation in twice and it's freaking me out.
Is that better?
So on that collab cam, that after you send that out, the link with the
Mm-hmm.
collab link,
I don't remember it being this difficult last time. You're not showing up in the guest list.
let's mute that. Let's try this. Let's do. Can you share your screen
Oh, yeah, I can do that.
in our Discord chat?
Yep. Hopefully the PC handles it.
And then got collab cam 1, collab
That's
cam
yeah.
2. So go to your settings in the collab there.
Because this is all I'm seeing. And there's supposed to be. I have Google up on my phone right now. We're trying to. I'm actually in the Streamlabs official website trying to figure this out.
Where do you send your link out for the collab?
This up here, this copy, generate new link. Oh wait, it doesn't show up for you. So I click on this, and then there's that.
So go like
screen.
you're gonna send out that collaboration again.
Yeah. There's nothing here. I have a webcam source, microphone source, and then optional share video source, which I have on, and I've turned that one on and off to see if that does anything. Which I think it just means it shares it to you.
In the bottom left, a little people person thing. Does that do anything?
That's my login.
Setting
log
cog at the very top.
Yeah.
That's your logout, I guess. It's the
settings
clog. Should be way easier than this. Huh?
I know. That's. I don't remember it being that hard last time. Last time I thought it had a little pop up or something. I just clicked on it and here you were. That's why I didn't worry about this side of things. Notifications, scene collections. Nope. Advanced. Nope. Go live, open Streamlabs, add source, bring up a pop-up window.
I will try backing out again and joining back in.
Link, the first image below shows what I see. Oh, this one. Okay, this one has more info. This one shows what you see.
Worst case scenario, we'll just do a video call
Audio,
on Discord, and you can share your screen from Discord.
Yeah, we can do that too. Join. I have the first one. I'm not seeing the second one. When after the guest joins your stream, you can double check their video to make sure everything looks good. When you're ready, click show on stream. I'm not getting that. This might be on my end. Probably is on my end. Let's remove this. Let me know when you're in the room again, because I'm supposed to have something when you do that. Send it. The first image it shows we'll see. The second image shows what your guests will see. You should have a. Looks like you have a join. No, my collab stuff isn't that. It's the other one. Having sound issues. We're having. You guys getting a good view of my forehead. That's pretty interesting. Are there two join buttons on your end? You still there, Chris? Hello?
Yeah, I've got joined through a browser and joined through Streamlabs.
I think you're supposed to show up here. Because I have you up. Because according to what I'm reading on the Streamlabs, you should just be here, and then I can unhide you. This is gonna push off my gaming session. What if I just do this right now? Oh, it looks uglier. My face is bigger. I don't like that. No, put my face smaller again. There we go. What are you seeing now? Anything different? Well, I hope everybody else is having a great Saturday.
What? Does this do anything? You know what? Let me just try joining from my phone.
Okay. I'm pretty sure there's a... Because what it's telling me is that you hit join, and then I see you. And then I can... Because I get a chance to check your video and stuff to make sure everything looks good, and then I hit show on stream, and I'm not seeing any of that at all. You're working on Galactic Civil War all day too. Hey, Pazak cards, awesome. I know Pazak was a lot of fun at Fate's Grasp. I got to play it a little bit with PR. And the new slicing terminals. Yeah, I've got about a foot of snow out here as well, but luckily it came pretty soft in my area, so it wasn't a lot of damage. But I know south of me, it was pretty bad. Took them several days to clear out the streets alone. We had to reschedule.
Want to send me a new link one more time?
New link? I can do that. Just going to generate entirely new link. Copy. Send. Because it's showing me 0 out of 0 guests. And I feel like maybe I have something not equipped. Maybe I don't have something turned on. Everything shuttered. What was that for? What did that mean? Help me. Panel maker themes, overlay, dashboard, alert box. There's nothing in that overlay that helps either. Well, that wasn't the right one. Also not the right one. I'm just clicking random buttons. The stream may shut down. I apologize. Studio mode. Wait, is this what I'm supposed to have? Wait a second. Hang on a second. Studio mode. What's studio mode?
The other solution is we can just do a Discord call to each other, video disc call to each
Yeah.
other. We'll both be on the same screen then.
Yeah, I
Just
can
do it like that. You just need to share your screen.
Yeah, there's a system for that too. I have yet. Yes, you are correct. I have not sat at the sabacc table yet. I have been teaching a couple kids how to play sabacc. I say kids; they're teenagers.
It's been 30 minutes.
And
just waiting in anticipation.
Yeah. So I will send them at you at some point, Ronan, to play sabacc. I've been teaching them from the rule set that you sent me, so they are prepared. Add source. I should be able to just add screen capture. Try this. Add screen capture, and we will capture screen 2 with Discord. Done. Uh-oh. That's not what I want. That's not helpful at all. I don't want the entire screen. Why can't I change that? Ooh. Wrong button. Alright, I feel like I have majorly done this wrong. Window capture. Is that what I want? Window. Oh, Discord. There we go. Now, can I change this? I can. There we go. Alright, this is a workaround. This was a workaround. Perhaps. I'll adjust it more in a minute. Okay, now to come back to you. You've got a new helmet on. Alright. Did you guys see this?
Then you'll just need to unmute your microphone in the Discord.
Yeah.
So we're synced up.
And then I will.
There we go.
I'm not certain,
around, but it will work.
I'm not certain if I can unmute. Well, I guess they're not going to hear my audio, will they? So they can. Yeah, that's not going to backfeed. Hopefully.
Yeah, we should be synced up.
Okay.
Should be good.
Can you guys hear 6mm Mando?
Check one. Check one. There's a little bit of a delay. to the
Yeah.
YouTubes. Let me see.
Yes. Okay, they can hear you now. Okay. Jeez, that was 30 minutes of a waste of everybody's time. I am sorry. I am going to have to do more research on this again. The research I had didn't work. So, wait. Hang on. Why is this not? There we go. There's another button ahead up here to transition. Okay, my bad. There, now you can even see his face.
They can't see my face either.
They can see your face now.
Are you sure? I'm watching the screen.
It says.
I'm watching the screen right now.
It says that your face is there.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, now your face is there. Okay. This is why I don't do this professionally. There's reasons.
I want to see how long it takes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
That sounds like a
10.
10 seconds?
Nope. It's still counting.
Oh.
Alright, we're sitting at like a
15, 20 seconds.
25-second delay. Okay, I can work with that.
Alright.
At least it's not a 25-second delay between each other.
That's good, yes.
Yes.
Whoops, wrong button. We're saying there's an option.
Okay, let's get some questions going. Let's actually start talking about stuff.
People are talking about your helmet already. Your ISC. ISC. I keep saying it backwards. ISC agent.
Yes. Obviously. That's Captain to you.
Are you going to be yelling at random pikes again during the event?
Oh man, we'll see what happens. You know, who knows? My character's got a little bit of a issue when he gets Bacta. He gets a little ornery, so that kind of puts him into some bad situations sometimes. But we'll see.
Okay, now that we are both here, where are you wanting? Where do you have a place that you want to start, or are you just chatting away?
You know, we can start with a couple of places. We can start with some of the stuff that you want to share.
Yep.
Just the dynamics of the event and how it will be different from other Boulevard expanses
I've got
and
mini list here.
Yeah.
As well as everyone in the chat, I do have a whiteboard next to me with markers, so if there's ideas and stuff in the chat that I like, I'm writing them down. So, I've touched on a bit of this stuff earlier, but we'll go into the full thing now. So, at this event, this is going to be a different one for the Imperials overall, as most of the time the Imperials have been guarding positions and just kind of being the occupying force and moving stuff around. This event, they're going to start on the back foot and have to work their way forwards. They're going to be the invading forces from their perspective, or reclaiming parts of their territory. They're going to have a bunch of missions regarding taking land, holding ground, and they'll have a bunch of little quests that come up as they do this. The field's going to be broken into sectors for them, and they have to clear each sector, well, as many as they can, and do all the quests inside those sectors to unlock the next one. And a bunch of that's going to depend on how things play on the field. It's going to depend on the chain of command, because it's not just me telling you guys where to go. It will work in your chain of command as well. Their officers for the Imperials do get to decide which way they go and how they go about doing that. I'm kind of excited to see how that plays out. That's going to be the first part of the event, and then how that ends up for the Empire will depend on how it will change their sets of quests after that fact. Ideally, the Empire takes ground, and we don't have to switch to the other section. But I know the Empire, and I know the player base, and I know the number of players that we're having, and so I expect them to hit a brick wall eventually, and then their dynamic shifts to the secondary quest lines and stories and such. The rebels are going to be fairly on the defense, probably for the beginning. They're going to have hidden bases out there. They're going to have some set stuff prepared so that they're going to feel like they've been there longer than the Empire has. So it's going to be the reverse of most of the other events that we've had, where the Empire is the one that's been there, the rebels are the ones coming in. Which I'm kind of excited for. I know some of the Empire guys that I've talked to that I've brought this up are liking that idea. So we'll see what that plays like on the field. The Hutts are getting their own little town. They have their own section of the field, which is unique to Bolivar because Bolivar is set up in these small little hub areas with the big main town. And so we can set the Hutts way off in the corner of the field, and they can operate out of there. So you're kind of looking at two sections of town life. You'll have the main section of town life, and then you'll have the hub of scum and villainy off in the corner that people can interact with. And it should change some of the dynamics in the town and whatnot. What are the ticket count? I know we're over 100.
Yeah, you're looking at a little over 40 rebels have bought a ticket, a little over 30 Imperials, and then a little over 30 unaffiliated as well. So awesome. Just pushing over 100 tickets so far.
Sounds great. And the rebels are capped at 50, right? Is that the cap?
Yep,
on rebels?
That's correct.
So rebels are almost capped out. And
we got
the guy
90 days to go, so it should be a really good turnout for numbers.
I don't want to hear the day count. Don't scare me like that.
90 days remaining.
It's catchy. It's getting here quick. It's getting here a lot quicker than I was anticipating. I don't know why it does this to me every event. The Hutts, like I said, they're going to have their own section of the field. There's going to be a shop, at least one shop with the Hutts, which is going to have a little assortment of everything. That way players with heat bands or Hutt players don't have to go into the town and have to deal with Perla and stuff to get what they want from the shops, but they are going to be at increased prices. So the price differences the price is going to be different in the town versus in the Hutt area. So players can expect that. It may be easier to get to the Hutt town, but you're going to have to pay more for the products. And I'm hoping that helps direct players to where they want to go and do what they want to do. The new faction that has had a lot more attention than I anticipated is Perla Corporation. We have a new faction, which is essentially the townspeople, the town guards. Technically, it's a trading post. It's not really the town. It's a trading post that they own, which is going to be the main town. And they're going to basically make the town its own safe haven. It should be, as the game starts, and hopefully it stays this way, remain neutral. So that Imperials, Rebels, unaffiliated Mandos, everybody can go in and out of the town and interact with the townspeople, NPCs, and the shops. And so we don't have the weird dynamic that we've had in the past where, like, the Empire controls the town, but the Rebels want to come buy stuff, or the Rebels control the town, the Empire wants to come buy stuff. Hopefully we fix that for this event with the inclusion of Perla, and it gives the civilian life its own kind of identity to work with. This is, like I said, it's a brand new faction that's not in the canon lore of the regular universe and such. This is a made up, completely new, so there's a lot of leeway what we can do with it. And I know that they're still recruiting, and they are making uniforms. They've created their own Perla uniform, which is more than I expected them to do. I did not have the plan of them making their own uniform initially. I was just going to have Perla badges, and then these guys were like, "Nah, we're making our own uniforms." So it's going to look cool. We have to make sure that we get a picture of all the Perla guys together Um, it's gonna be cool. I'm looking forward to seeing how Perla operates. Um, the other thing that's big on Bolivar is the Bulvos. And if you've been to the other events that we've hosted, you have the Bulvos that are this roving group of antagonists. You just everybody they hate everybody. Everybody hates them. It's a shooty shoot. People hunt them for Kyber and whatnot. And those originate on Bolivar. I am hoping that we have enough Bulvos to use to do what I want to do. So I don't want to say exactly what I'm hoping for because I don't know if I'm going to pull it off. But there will be groups of Bulvos that will be appearing to deal with things and will cause monkey wrenches in people's plans. And there will probably be sections of the field that get taken over by Bulvos. And factions may have to deal with that if they have a quest in that area, or they may get a quest to go clear out an area. And so be aware of that when you're on the field, that there are aliens that are anti-everybody. And there are going to be quests around them. They're not just going to be a antagonistic force. They have some of their own quests that they're going to do as well. The Bulvos will have their own agendas that I'm not telling anybody except for them, because there may be some quests per factions on how what are the Bulvos after, and so there will be more stuff with the Bulvos for those that are interested in that. I know some people have asked about the Pikes. The Pikes are okay, we're still good. I need to stop touching the screen. I really need to stop. I'm just gonna slide my thing further in because I don't need to be messing with it. The Pikes they don't have quite a big storyline in what I have prepared. I have a small thing for Pikes to do as a knee-jerk reaction if something goes wrong. There will be Pikes probably at some point just as a small thing that I have prepared. But if the Pikes do anything big, it's probably me going fix because something's gone wrong, and I need you guys to shoot the Pikes for a while we fix it. And I really want to use more of the Pikes, though. I want to get to the point where you can use more Pike stuff, but having the Bulvos in this event, I want to press the Bulvos as the main faceless baddies. But the Pike masks that Chris has made are just awesome. Those costumes are super sweet to look at.
Yeah, there's another 5 that I'm making now, so Pike counts. Not saying they're Rain Cloud saying the same thing. Not saying they're going to make a absolute appearance all the time, but we'll have 10 of those costumes. I'm switching the tunic color from blue to like a tan color, which will give a little bit of color diversity between them. And apparently the Hutt's claiming the blue color, so we kind of want to separate the Hutts and the Pikes in terms of their coloration.
I missed that.
Yeah. Yep. So that was like a what was it? Battlefront. Like all these Huts players started getting like blue coats and things, and we're like, oh, this isn't good.
Yeah.
So in terms of gang on gang war, usually you want at least 2 different colors to play off of. Even though Pikes are very distinct in their look, and they're very easy to tell who's a Pike and not a Pike, but at least this will give them a little bit more color diversity between the 2, at least prominent gangs that exist.
Yeah, I'm looking forward at probably the next milestone or something to have much more of a gang on gang war. This event, I'm not going to lean too heavily into that. Well, it's not going to start that way. Who knows what the players do?
Yeah, exactly.
All I can tell people is how the event's going to start. I don't know how the heck this thing ends because I don't know what these players are going to do. I can't predict 100 players, and we're already over that, so it could be chaotic. I know it's been in the past. Let's see. Those are the main factions. Talk about civilian life. So the standard run-of-your-mill NPCs, the people that live in Newfoundland, the people that live in the area, most of the civilian population after Survivor's Endeavor left. All of them had to, the ones that wanted to live anyway. And so everybody has been coming back to Bolivar. So most of these civilians are going to be trying to rebuild their livelihood, their lifestyle, and rebuild the town and whatnot. So there's going to be a bunch of little quests about those types of things, of people down on their luck trying to rebuild what they once had, or looking maybe for lost items. I know there's a couple different type of scavenger hunt type quests out there for people wanting to go out and look at stuff. And I'm going to try to make sure we use the whole field this time. That was something that I noticed when we did Survivor's Endeavor, that there is a section of the field that never got used. So I'm going to try to make sure that we have full field quests going on. With the numbers that we'll have this time versus Survivor's Endeavor is going to be easier to keep that going. That's all the okay, I hit all the factions. Hey, I hit all my notes on that one. Questions from people listening in, or from you, Chris?
So many questions. While we wait the 30 seconds for them to get this news to post in the chat. Let's do. How is skirmish system going to be different at this event than previous events?
So skirmish ties into specifically for the major factions. It ties into some of the points and call-ins that the factions are going to do. That will be a test run at this event. Honestly, for myself, they are for the main factions. Skirmish ties to a points value system that they have, which means your respawns take away from that, and areas that you take add to that. And ideally, they will count towards this grand total that the command staff can use to call in a hero type figure, to call in extra reinforcements, to call in extra intel, help with quests, those types of things. Ideally. Otherwise, for most of the players, it is a who controls the area point of interest. Some of them may be used in where we're wanting to have plaques at each skirmish box when a skirmish box is in use of what the box is currently doing. So there's a little less confusion of, is this a respawn box? Is this a bomb box? Is this a control point box? We're going to try to have a little thing with each box to help keep that confusion down. But a lot of them are going to be control points. There will be some that are going to be resource points, so they're not quite a sector control. It's one of those where you hold on to it to up the value, and there will probably be at least one bomb skirmish at some point, as well as your fobs that may or may not be used, depending on mission types. I'm trying not to overuse it like I tried to do at Fate's Grasp, and it just completely failed. But I am happy to report that I've been told that there are new batteries for the skirmish, and they last longer than they did at Fate's Grasp.
Oh yeah, they'll get us all the way through the event.
I am so glad.
That's awesome.
It felt like 20% or 30% of my time at Fate's Grasp was just walking around the field with batteries. Move the fridge. No, we're not moving the fridge again. You don't need to this time. Yeah, there may be some reinforcements that are available. For example, like the Empire may be able to call upon Dark Troopers for, they have enough points they can call in that hero figure type people, and the Rebels have maybe an armored thing or just a hero figure that they can bring in. Absolutely. If you, the Imperial Scientist, I think you messaged me, and I think I forgot to message you back, Dorian. And I apologize for that. Now that you text me, or you put that there, I'm pretty sure if it wasn't you, then there's somebody else out there that asked me the exact same thing, and I forgot. And yes, there is 100% room for an Imperial Scientist. Always. Which I find funny because at previous events, I asked for Imperial Scientists and I got nothing. Prisoner capture missions. There is prisoner stuff that is going to happen. That's a Imperial thing. I don't want to spoil too much, but there is a portion for the Empire to deal with prisoners. Um, if they, I don't want to like make them take a bunch of regular player prisoners, but there will probably be at least something NPC wise that they have to go take a prisoner. And if there's some players that would like to be prisoners for a limited amount of time, that's easy to work in, and we can make a mission where you guys get captured. But there will be at least one Imperial prisoner mission that I can 100% confirm right now is happening, and I'm looking forward to it. As people still type, we're also going to try out something a little bit new or a little bit different at the setup of this event. For Friday night during registration, we are going to try to have some NPCs or immersion players up at registration area to being in costume and start teasing the story stuff that we're going to have during the event. And so we are encouraging players to show up to registration or on Friday night or after registration, come back up in costume and interact with all of us who are already starting the role play. There will be information in that may assist you during the actual event. It's not mandatory. You don't have to come up on Friday night, but we're trying to help boost the RP chances and help lead players into that, especially for new players that maybe don't understand the role play mechanics and how that works, to have a kind of an area where there's no shooting, nothing's really happening, for people to just RP and hang out. We've kind of toyed with that in the past with like an Imperial helping out with registration and such, but we're going to try to do a little bit more script with it this time. Not really script isn't the right word, but more presence. I would love if there was some Perla there to start off with, making sure people have their registrations and their weapons checked and everything. We could do a potluck again. I wasn't a part of the potluck last night, but it sounded like a lot of people enjoyed it. So I am 100% open to a potluck again. Places to get side quests. Side quests are mostly found in the town area. Essentially everywhere there's an NPC. All NPCs have side quests of some sort. Now, if you just walk up to an NPC and say, hey, you got a side quest for me, they're probably not going to help you. Play it up a little bit more. See if they have something that's going on they need help with, or see if they know somebody else that needs help. Side quests are those things that exist all over the field. There are side quests everywhere. Every NPC, every area of the field, there is a side quest of some sort there. Your main factions will have a list of side quests to do as well. For example, the military, or not just military factions, every main faction has a list of questions that they need answered by the end of the event. They are questions like, who runs the droid shop? Where is this located? Who is this? Or so there's all kinds of those quests. You can go back to your chain of command if you're part of the big faction and go, hey, what do I need to go look for? And they can look at their list of questions and go, we need to know who owns this building, or we need to know who is the founder of Perla Corporation. And then you have to go out and ask those questions and see if you can figure things out. So that's going to be a continuous thing that's going to be until they finish that list, which I don't expect the list will ever get finished. But I could be surprised.
Challenge accepted.
This is the worst part of building this event up like this is the type of event that I want to play. And I sit on the sidelines not even the sidelines. I sit on the backside of it the entire time and wonder if it works the way it's envisioning in my brain. That's why I'm so glad when videos and stuff come out from the event and I can see it in action, because I only get to see right where I'm at, and normally it's where nothing's happening. So this is also my personal plea to everybody out there to please bring GoPros. Please take pictures and videos of the event so I can absorb the information of how it went down. Because I need more of that. Yeah, Perla Corporation does have the ability to hire people. We're getting extra badges that players can wear, and there is a company fund of that. Each faction has a bit of a company fund. I didn't. It's the one prop that I have like 100 of, and I didn't bring up here. There are one of the props that you're going to find in the field. There's going to be a bunch of these. It's a little baggie that has little bits of metal inside. These simulate non-imperial credits. They aren't really worth much because they're non-imperial, but they are a faction level currency. So players themselves, they really aren't worth anything, but your factions want those. They're worth more to different factions. So like the Hutts are going to probably want more of those, and Perla are going to want more. The Empire doesn't really care. They just want to get them off the market. But those are items that can be found on the field that are lootables. So it's a credit type thing that is lootable, since credits are not lootable. And those will be useful for things like that too, because you can add to your credit bonus for your faction and turn those into actual credits if you need them to. But yeah, I'm hoping that players get to be joining into Perla. That's one of the hopes. I want Perla to grow during the event to hire more people, because they're gonna get hit at some point. The town's gonna need extra hands on deck. Props. Anything with a sticker, specifically purple stickers. This event, there's going to be a bit of an array of colors of stickers, because purple stickers are lootables. Will be on almost everything that you can move. And I'm going to be saying this over and over and over again during briefing. If an item does not have a purple sticker, you leave it alone. You can mess with it, but you leave it where it's at. Like the Jawa shop will no longer take non-stickered items. We're not going to do any more of the Jawa junk stuff, because too many people were stealing people's actual things and trying to sell it to the Jawa shop. So that's done away with. We've got a bunch of junk to be on the field, so you'll find a bunch of stuff like computer parts that will be like starship parts or droid parts and such that will be on the field. They will all have purple stickers. That one doesn't. I haven't stickered that one yet. What else do I have with a purple sticker? The Spectavile has a purple sticker. Essentially, if it has a purple sticker, it's a prop you can do stuff with. If it does not have a purple sticker, you leave it alone. If it has a yellow sticker, definitely leave it alone. Yellow stickers are items that are major quest items that need to be in place for the quest to function. And so those will also have a code on them, so players can, when they get to that part of a quest, they'll be given the code, ideally. Will be given the code so they can double check they're at the right prop. Those cannot move. And I'm really hoping that we don't have any issues with that. So you will hear me say that over and over and over again during the event and before the event. A couple of the other props will have different colored stickers that will help you. I don't have them with me. They're somewhere over there. That will help guide what direction those props go. Like blue props are like the credit bags. They're what I consider craftables. Things that might be used in spice concoctions and such, that will have a purple sticker and a blue sticker. So you kind of go, that's the direction to go with it. I didn't want to do that at past events. People asked about that, and I always turn that down, but I am now eating my words and doing that because too many people have no idea what they're holding on to. And there will be posters and stuff with those things at the event themselves, so you can always verify the color sticker versus the direction you're supposed to go with it. And that's just it. It's just a direction. It doesn't tell you where to go. It just says, hey, this is a prop that probably goes to the town. It just gives you a direction. It's not it goes to this shop. You have to figure that out on your own. You can send mission ideas to myself. You can send them, if you're part of a chain of command, you can send it to your chain of command, and they can submit them. Or Liana and Recklin have been talking to a lot of players about that kind of stuff as well. And yeah, like Andrea said, any sort of NPC or admin has access to the quest creation system. And we do want
Other
your
things to
feedback.
look for. Raincloud, why don't you talk about what operatives and smugglers will have the opportunity to interact with at this event?
The super duper cool thing that Liana has made. That thing.
Yes,
That
that thing.
super cool. You're gonna want your phones for this. So in the past, we've had these things on the walls that scoundrels and operatives can go up, and they had a wheel and it was a cipher, and they had to figure out the code on the cipher. This time, we have these little codes that are going to be inside of a little thing. They're trying to make it look really Star Warsy. Um, did we ever get a final design on that, or did I miss that? I feel like I missed
Not
that.
yet.
Not yet. Okay. There's going to be things scattered across the field for people to interact with, and you'll scan this thing, and a game will pop up on your phone, which is I forget what that's called. I used to play it as a kid. You have the big block, and you gotta get the big block out of the confusion. And I love those types of games. I was so happy when I got to play the demo for it. And after you do that, you will get a bit of text or something to help out with that. So there's an actual slicing mechanic. You're going to want your phones for it. And you'll have a little slicing mini game that you will play to unlock stuff. Looks like 2 things will be sliceable so far: stationary terminals and lootable data cards. Oh, I didn't know about the data cards. That's going to be cool. Based on Rush Hour. That's okay. Yeah, that's the name. Rush Hour.
Yeah, the game.
Yeah. Yes, yes, you can still submit quests. Immersion players can. That should be in the quest. That you guys should have access to that. If not, I can fix that. Or no, were they sending them to Liana? I forget now. It went both ways. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing that on the field, because that slicing minigame is a lot of fun. I already know that I will probably at some point run around the field just for my own amusement and play some of the games. Other things interact with. I don't have a lot here with me because I'm still learning prop making, but there will be lots of props. I've seen all kinds of stuff that people are preparing. Again, personal props versus game props. There is a difference. Items with purple stickers are game props. Items that do not have any stickers at all are not a game prop. What else you got? You with your super cool helmet.
I don't know. I'm just here to look good.
You're just here to boost the rotation rate. People join because I said to, and then they look over at you and they stay, right? Is that how that works?
Exactly. Exactly.
How many
You know, the question
ISCs?
there, Joe had asked, what are ways to earn credits? It depends really on your faction. Your Imperial faction is going to depend primarily on their Imperial payroll. So during portions of the event, all the Imperials will get paid, and that's one of the perk of being an Imperial is you show up and you get paid during your payroll payout thing. Rebellion is more about completing certain missions to get stuff done, and then all of your unaffiliated players are all about trying to make it by, because there's going to be a lot of things going on. There's going to be a lot of you know, Bolvosi out there, so there might be bounties out on Bolvosi to bring in Bolvosi crystals and stuff like that as you encounter them. And some of that stuff it isn't even necessarily a unaffiliated player only thing. Because say you're an Imperial and you wipe out a squad of Bolvosi, now you got a bunch of crystals. You go into town and maybe Parla's looking to pay people to kill Bolvosi and bring back crystals. So keep your eyes open and see if there's anything relevant for you to get your hands on. But as Raincloud was kind of talking about with the loot system and how to loot things, The purple things are always free game to grab and hold. But remember, only smugglers slash operatives are actually able to conceal props. So if you get your hand on a prop, don't put it in a bag. You got to hold on to it so it's visible to everybody else, unless you are that class.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's plenty of options to make credits, but you may have to think outside the box if you're not part of the main factions, because main factions kind of have a continuous credit payout that they give to their players. Unaffiliated, that's the drawback to unaffiliated. You don't have that. You have the freedom to do whatever the heck you want at all times, but you don't have the constant credit inflow. When Perla is on duty, if you're on your shift at Perla, your respawns are taken care of by Perla. When you're off duty as a Perla guard and you're off in like R&R, those respawns do cost you. Difference between Battlefront and roleplay events. This is my this is my thing. Battlefront events, you have areas of combat where it's just straight combat for 2 hours or whatever, and then you take a break, and then you go play combat and you take a break. At the roleplay events, there is no set combat period. There is no break period outside of when the field shuts down for the night. So you are consistent. There's combat that can happen at any time, but not necessarily will happen at any time. You can go through the entire event and never fire a shot if that's your playstyle and that's the way you want to do it. And if you just have high charisma, some people can just talk their way out of everything. Other players don't. Other players want to shoot their way out of everything. And so Battlefront events is you either are in combat or you're in the roleplay downtime period. If you are at the roleplay events, you are always in a roleplay opportunity that may turn into a combat experience. If that helps. Is that a good way of describing it, Chris, you think?
I think that's a great way to explain it.
We push roleplay first and foremost during the RP events. Everybody on the NPC team, that's the whole point is roleplay. Tell a story, create a story, and play through it and live in a galaxy far, far away. We try to, and we're all getting better at this. Every event, there will be players asking, hey, what's your name? And they expect you to say your real name, and we reply with a fake name, and people get confused. Or you ask where you're from, and somebody tells you a planet instead of their hometown. We try to keep things in the realistic way as possible. Try to keep the galaxy to feel real. Yes, there will be bounty hunter missions. I'm not 100% sure who is handling that yet. That will depend on who all I have showing up as NPCs and such. Murder hobo players. Well, that is on Perla when it comes to in the town. Perla has 100% authority to eliminate players that are trying to murder hobo in the town. And they will get, there will be heat on them. Heat is going to be applied by some people in the town specifically, maybe, and some faction leaders have the ability to do this as well. If they think their players are doing things the wrong way, they can apply heat if they wish. That's much more rare. But Perla Corporation will have the ability to hand out heat, probably through the director, but there may be some outliers as well that can do that. And they will have the ability to have a holding cell of sorts to bring players into that are being problematic and such. So that is a counter to murder hoboing. That is something that I noticed at the last event that coincidentally the Perla does help with, or should help with, hopefully helps with. That's the idea anyway. Also, if you see somebody murder hoboing, murder hobo them back. I saw some videos from Fate's Grasp of somebody shooting a random Imperial for no reason and then getting shot in the back. Why? Well, you just killed somebody. Of course you're gonna get shot back. So you are also the protection against murder hoboing. Walk softly and carry a big blaster, and less people are gonna mess with you. Something else I could talk about is at night. So unlike Fate's Grasp, the event does not go all night long due to the dangers of the field and field limitations. We have to shut down after it gets dark. We will be doing a specialized game mode in the town for the hut hunt or whatever we end up calling that. There'll be some mini games happening in the town that players can sign up for beforehand, and then there will probably be, haven't got this one narrowed down yet, but there will probably be a gathering of some sort, some RP gathering as well, either in the cantina or in another location that will be off of the combat zone of the town, as the town will be used for that instead. So there will be some stuff happening after it gets dark, but it's going to be a lot less. And then we'll wait until the morning till it gets light again, and then we'll go back to regular gameplay. And we'll try to leave it. We'll try to start where we left off. So there shouldn't be too much. Got quiet. Like my mic got quiet. There shouldn't be too much that changes between the night of Saturday and the morning of Sunday. Like everyone goes back to the respawn points and stuff, but we'll try to keep, like, if there's battle lions or something, we'll try to keep that similar in the morning so you don't lose your progress. That's a personal pet peeve of mine at other events where you fight all day and the next day it's all gone. We'll try to keep that at a minimum. But there will be something happening at night in the town. And again, for those that aren't aware, you have to have tracer units to shoot at night. So keep that in mind as you prepare your equipment. Which, fun fact, my brother now has a tracer unit on his pistol, and he is super excited to shoot people at night. So just be aware of that. Did that fix my mic, Andrea? I don't know exactly how the heat is going to work out with the who gives it out yet. But I know the director is giving out heat 100%, but I may allow a couple others to do it. We'll see how those discussions hold. I haven't finalized that discussion yet. No shoot areas will be the cantina. There are no guns or anything in the cantina. You may not carry a gun inside the cantina. Everything gets staged outside the door. It is a safe zone entirely. Uh-oh, my brother's listening in. I just got a text from him. He said he heard that. Hi, brother.
I heard that. Yeah, one thing on the night portion of the event, so that is the Hunter games. So it's very similar to the game Hunters that came out a while ago, which is your kind of battle royale style game, 4 versus 4 tournament that we'll be doing, and then everything on ground level, as we set up for the rounds, is good to go for combat, and then spectators can stay on the second levels, and it's basically inside the city.
Yeah.
So you can spectate. If you want to watch the Hunter games, you can do that. If you want to place bets on the Hunter games, you can, which team's going to win. And we'll run that basically until we have a winner to the tournament. So there's going to be, you can form a team with 4 other players, and they don't have to be on your faction. So this is a time where you can kind of cross bridge between factions to create your dream team of who's going to compete in this tournament with you. So that's kind of a different dynamic than we've done in the past.
Yeah,
we've done, force on force stuff, but think of the game where you might have an Imperial and a Rebel on the same Hunters game squad that you might not have worked with before. But that's kind of one of the things. You'll probably see some posters up about that, and then there'll be a sign up in town to get your team squared away even before the night portion starts. So if you have a team of 4 you want to get in, it's going to be 100 credits per player, 400 credits per team, and then from there the prize pool will just keep growing. So you could win a lot of credits by participating in the tournament and winning it.
Yeah. And for those that aren't in the combat section, we're going to try to have a secondary side thing for less combat people. But for the combat people, go do that. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be interesting. Sounds dystopian. Could be. All right, those are the notes that I had written down. I wasn't sure how long it would take to get through that, considering that we had 30 minutes of just problems. Will posters have hidden meanings? Possibly. I'm not going to say yes or no to that. That is up to you to discern.
Also, yeah, read and find out.
Yeah. Learn Arabish. We'll say that. A lot of things are in Arabish. On posters, for everyone that's here, if you... Other way around. Over here, these things that keep changing on the screen, these are some of the posters that Liana has made, or Andrea has made. They are awesome. They are amazing. They're all over the field. And she let me put them up here as a showcase. So that's a little teaser of what you can expect to see on the field. And she makes new ones all the time. So, yes, some posters may have hidden meanings. That you'll have to read that to find out. I'm not going to say yay or nay. Yeah. I don't know where my train of thought went, but I just hit a brick wall with my words there. She takes poster ideas if you have good ones, and she is really good at making them, and quick, too. She's been helping me out a lot with the BHN episodes that I've been trying to make. I basically ask her for help, and she has some sort of she waves like a magic wand and sends me a picture or a file. What else you guys got? Because if I just start talking on random stuff, I'm gonna just sit here and talk. So I need a direction.
We'll give it one more batch of
what stuff are buyable with credits. Obviously your character upgrades. There'll be stuff like medical droids. There'll be various other items from shops. I'm not sure exactly what all will be available yet. I imagine we'll have leather goods. We'll have some blasters. There'll be some armor pieces. Pretty sure that they're bringing the armor shop again. And yep. So there'll be all kinds of little stuff like that you can purchase. Recklin makes these really cool necklaces for each event. This one's got the Arabic translator, and this one is from 2023. And so those souvenirs like that you can pick up. There's lots of little things to pick up. There's bigger things to pick up. There'll be a couple... one or two probably big rifles. Are we still having the big the two big
Yeah, we usually do at least two bigger format rifles, and then a bunch of the converted AAP ones that are donated by Hefe's Airsoft Solutions. Evike usually sends us some good stuff that will be worked directly into the game for purchase instead of like the Battle for events where we do a lot of more raffles or buying raffle tickets. There'll still be probably one item in the blaster shop for sure that will be a raffle item at the end of the event that you can still buy raffle tickets for throughout the event. Yep. But the big one is
with credits.
A lot of the blasters that are in the blaster shop will be available for purchase directly outright. So you can get these so you can get the blasters right then and there. You don't have to wait until the end of the event to see if you want it. You can buy it straight from the blaster shop for a sum of credits. Our other sponsor with Kitech Industries has the new custom sound devices, so they have a couple of those coming to us as well. So we'll have a couple of those built into blasters. One is for that first 100 players that bought their ticket. They get a entry to win that one blaster that DT Blasterworks is making. But then there will also be at least one more other Kitech Industries custom sound device that will be installed on a blaster as like a big ticket item in order to buy.
Yeah. And the casino, yes. Bring credits to the casino to win more credits or lose more credits. We'll have Pazak or Sabak for sure, and it sounds like we're gonna have Pazak as well again, hopefully. And you can play those games. There's several other games that will be able to be played for credits as well. For unaffiliated players, remember that credits also buy your respawn. If you run out of credits, you'll have to go do a job for respawn instead to make your money back. So keep that in mind for your unaffiliated players. That money also brings life.
Yes.
And that goes for almost all the unaffiliated except for a few specialized areas. Oh, right, the collectible cards. I completely forgot
Oh, you're
about
leaking that? You're leaking it right now? Oh, God, it's happening.
Hey, it wasn't me. I forgot we were doing that.
Yeah, that should be fully operational by this event.
Did I ever send you my stuff for that? I didn't.
I
you
give
just
you
make
HK.
Oh, okay. You
Is
gave me
the ring
HK.
cloud card. But I didn't get the crazed rain cloud actual human being version of just this random guy running around the field like a maniac. I don't have that card yet.
I
But
should make that
HK is
card
available still.
because I may not
Yes.
be HK this time, depending on what happens. But I know HK is supposed to appear. If I'm available, I'll pilot it, but that may or may not happen.
Dun, dun, dun. Yes, so we'll have some Galactic Civil War Kazakh cards that will be available. We'll sell the base deck that people can get their hands on before the event, and that comes with the standard side deck and the standard base deck. But then they'll also be available in game different ways to get some of those side cards. Kind of like as you're playing KOTOR and going around and earning some side cards from doing different things. Those will also be available in game. So it's kind of a cool way to incorporate a game that a lot of people love to play and like to play. It's nice. It's a game to play that's good with either just a couple people, opposed to Sabak, where it's kind of nice to have a nice table full. That Kazakh game can be played with just a few people instead of 4 or 5 that you want for Sabak.
Yep.
But yeah, I think it'll be a fun little treat to players to have another something to try to go around and collect because for sure, look, all the admin characters have their own individual distinct card, but then also any hero character will be getting their own individual card as well that they can give out to players who they deem worthy. It might be one of the deals where you kill them and you go to loot them and they give you one of their cards, or they saw you go do something really cool and they give you a card, or I might see someone who dies really really well, and that might be who I give my cards to, is the people who are great at dying. So just another way to give some cool stuff to players.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun for. I already see players just running around trying to figure out how to gain the cards. Juggernaut characters, yes. So we should be Juggernauts at various points. The easy one is there will probably be Juggernaut Bulbos off and on. So be aware of that. There's a couple different Juggernaut costumes, like HK is a Juggernaut character. So you will have those, and if the Dark Troopers show up, they'll be Juggernauts. And we have a couple other Juggernaut things that we could use as well. Opinions of Krix Harad. I don't know. Has Krix Harad made a name for his town yet? Otherwise, I'm gonna call it Krix's. What did I say? Krix's Hangover. Yeah. If you don't give me a name, that's what I'm naming it. The Hangover. Something else on the mention of the Pazak and the casino and stuff. Information is something that a lot of players are going to be after during this event. The casino and other NPCs and people will have a lot of information to share out. but they probably won't give it away for free. The casino is the favorite among these because Ronan especially loves having information to give to players if they beat him at Sabak or whatnot. So keep that in mind as people are looking for information. Somebody asks you where something is, go ask around the casino. See if you can play for information. You don't always get the information just by asking for it. You may have to do something for it, and that's where an infinite number of side quests come into play. Is a reputation system? Not really. It's kind of hard to simulate something like that in a real life game like this. It's impossible just to have like the little counter show up. Basically, be nice to the leaders of people in that organization, and you get new reputation. It just works better that way. It's not quite as simple, or yeah, it's a little bit more complicated than this regular game where you just ding. The only thing really that will hinder you from joining any faction is if you have heat. The Perla Corporation is anti-heat, so if you have heat, you are basically negative at joining Perla because they will not let you be part of Perla. You get heat if you're part of Perla, they're going to kick you out. Heat, if there are, that's a good point. There are a few outlaw quests or criminal style quests that do require you to have more heat. They are normally a much more dangerous, harder quest, and there's not a ton of them, but that is a possibility. I hadn't considered heat as something like that, but you're right, it does work that way. NPCs also, yeah, NPCs will remember you if you are especially good or bad. Yes. NPCs do not forget. They will overlook sometimes to keep the game going, but they won't forget. A lot of our NPCs like to remember between events as well to bring it up in the next event if you've done something. For example, if there's two players that I may give a hard time because they gave me a piggyback ride up the hill at Boulevard, and I won't let them live that down. They carried all 100 pounds of me up that hill. And I have picture proof. All right, did you say something else earlier, Chris, and I overlapped you? Or
I don't know. I think we're good.
Okay. Anybody else got anything? Ooh, wait, 12. There's 12 people here. Awesome. Hi, 12 people.
Hooray.
I'm considering, I don't know if I'll do this or not, I'm considering maybe having a couple more styles like this where I just kind of sit and chat with a few people. Maybe do some like simple game like Battlefront 2 or something and just talk quests and such, but I don't know if I'll actually do that or not. It's a lot of work. I'm hiding. You can't see behind the blanket, but there is a wall full of notes. If the blanket fell, I'd be screwed. There's a timeline of sorts back there that I've been putting together, which I don't know why I bother after the first half of the first day, because the timeline gets shot to oblivion almost immediately, as some players will speedrun quests that I thought were going to take hours and will get stuck on the quest that I thought was going to take them 5 minutes. And if people, this is just a general note, if people want to be an NPC, which is a person that works on the back end of the game, you don't have to worry about credits. NPCs don't gather credits anymore. It's all, they just give out credits. They don't keep anything for themselves. But you do get reduced ticket prices. And we are always in need of NPCs. I am always in need of NPCs. So keep that in mind if you know somebody that wants to come. Maybe they aren't really big on the combat and are just want to do RP or are new to all this stuff and just want to just do simple things. I'll take all kinds of NPCs for that kind of stuff. Not all NPCs have to be the the fronts of stores and such. NPCs can do all kinds of behind the scenes stuff, just help with maintenance and whatnot. I know of at least 2 people that I am bringing personally that I'm calling them my minions because they're going to be my walkers. Go take this item over there and give it to some person. So keep that in mind. If you have NPC people that want to be an NPC that want to deal with more story stuff, send them my way or send them Liana and Recklin's way. We also any big name NPC characters. Big name NPC characters that I know of. Recklin. I believe he's coming as Recklin again. And if he does, he's the only character that has appeared at all of our events as the same person, as far as I'm aware, outside of like the command staff of the factions. In the codex where I was going through and labeling all the NPCs, he has the longest amount of appearances. Most HK is about a 90% arrival, so you'll see the HK droid again. There's a possibility of ISB Special Commander Durin arriving again. There's a possibility of Han's a immersion player though. He's not an NPC this time. Somebody else I thought was going to come as a bigger name, but I can't think of who it is now.
I think Cad Bane was still looking at making
is
it
Bane
after
gonna
this
make an
one.
appearance? Yeah, maybe Bosk. So we'll have a couple of those, and hopefully making some new big name NPCs. I'll shout out one that is probably going to be a bit of a bigger name for the Imperials. That's going to be Philip Scarab. He's going to hate me for calling that out. Will be an ISB contact for the Imperials that will help run Imperial quests. One thing that I'm trying to do for this event is have a NPC that's kind of on standby for the main factions throughout the event to help guide story stuff. And so he's one of the Imperial designated NPCs. And he's probably going to hate me. I'm probably going to get a text from him soon about calling him out like that. But that's a thing that I'm trying to do. We'll see if it works or not. So less demand on the admins trying to run the team and run story. Which is where some of our immersion players will end up too, if some of them will help out with that. What else we got? Let's go for another like 5 minutes or so. I know there's a group of people waiting for me to come game with them. And they wanted to play at 9. I was like, yeah, sure, maybe. Not 9. It's well past 9 yet. Blaster pistol quick draw battles. You are more than welcome to create that and see who wins and who dies. That sounds like something that would be up in the hut area. I could see the huts organizing some of that to see who wins and who dies to settle the differences. That will be definitely frowned upon in New Foland, but in the hut area, I bet it's good to go. See, that's my problem. I can just start talking about the event, and I'll just start dropping stuff that I don't want to drop yet.
Yeah, keep it locked up.
I'll say Bacta is going to be a thing. Bacta supplies are going to be a thing that's going to be a problem, as I'm going to limit some of the Bacta for a little while, and so retrieving Bacta supplies and finding new areas to get your Bacta for your sprayers is going to be a mission. That's going to be a constant, especially for the town and the rebels. The Empire won't have that issue. They're going to have a constant resupply because they're the Empire. But the other factions may have struggles with that. There were also... What else we got here? Talked about that already. The Kyber crystals. Yeah, we'll let that one simmer. The Kyber, we'll let that simmer. There's stuff around Kyber. I'm just gonna say that. I'm not gonna tell you what stuff is around Kyber, but there's stuff around Kyber. Thank you. The NPCs really enjoy hearing that. It's very hectic as an NPC, and a lot of those people put hours and hours, weeks of hours into preparing the stuff for the event. And the heck is that? When did you make one of those?
It's Joe Kelly's.
That is awesome. That looks awesome. See, and then this man over here just whips up almost anything in his garage. Just he'll suddenly show up with some new problem. Like, oh, look at this thing we made. Can we use it for a quest? Yes.
Yes.
You make the props. I will make the quest. It's not that hard. But yeah, the NPCs they put a lot of effort into this event series, and so make sure you kind of give them a little pat on the back at the end of the event because it means a lot to them. They put a lot of work in. A lot of the people make the props and stuff that get sold as well, and that's just them throwing money at it. So um, the event would not really be possible the way it is without those NPCs. Cannot stress that enough. It's a lot of events. This is something I always struggle saying because a lot of events say that they're a unique event and they're immersive, and this event we strive for that. And I don't like saying that we're just saying that generically. We're an immersive event or we're unlike anything you've played before because everybody says that. But we strive to have something unique with this series, and the NPCs are 80% of that. Because every event you can shoot people, and even some of them, blasters with blasters and such. But NPCs change the dynamic entirely. I have no idea about the back to supplies down there. I don't know what you guys are doing for that. I haven't really paid much attention to how the Florida game's going. I've been focusing too much on Resolve.
Different system, different problems.
Always. There's always problems. There is no perfect game system. There's nothing that's ever going to be problem free. You just have to deal with it and move on. All right, we'll do last couple of questions before I end the stream. And I apologize again for all the technical issues beforehand. I was trying not to have a dead space in the live streams. I started early and it didn't work. There are going to be more Baxel Sector or Baxel HoloNet News videos. I have one written. I was going to record it today, but instead I decided to impulsively reorganize my entire office, bedroom, studio. So, didn't get that recorded today, but that should be getting recorded tomorrow and then uploaded sometime this next week. If I haven't quite put the word out for this one yet, but if people with costumes want to do little clips and stuff that I can use as background footage for the Baxel HoloNet News series, I would greatly appreciate it. Bacta, you can use Bacta to heal people. I don't have any of those with me. I have the cool little leather carrier case that you can buy from the leather shop, but I don't have anything inside it right now. Bacta you can use to heal people, or heal yourself, technically. So people can come up and take your Bacta vial and dump it out to revive you. You also use those when you get revived by a medical droid, and you can also use that in Bacta sprayers, which basically take place of the Bacta vial as they go through the spraying motion. I think that's it, right? Is there a hidden use of Bacta that I don't know about?
Nope, that's the big kickers.
Perla will not be selling Bacta. There will be a Bacta shop or a shop that will have Bacta. But so technically, yes, in a roundabout way, yes, Perla will be selling Bacta. Not the guards specifically, but yes, Perla in owning the shops will sell Bacta is a better way of putting that. Planetary setting will be a Bacta manufacturer. Ooh. I also need to talk with you, Ronan, more about some spicy stuff. I want to deal more with some of your edible spice you were telling about recently or last event. Might be fun to tie that in some more. Because everybody wants to deal with spice. You know, everyone wants like, oh, spice is cool. So you till the Empire finds you and then they steal it from you and use it themselves. You got anything else there, Mando?
No, I
Or
think that's a good
ISC,
run.
agent, whatever your name is, a number is.
Oh, come on. You don't even know my number?
I'd have to look it up again. You know how many of those are out? There's so many of those in the chats now. I'm having a hard time keeping up. I used to look for
I
the
know, it's
captain
awesome.
mark. It's
Fantastic.
awesome, yeah. How many of those are full ISC
Yeah,
costumes?
we should have 10 in attendance at Echo's Resolve.
Sweet. I am so looking forward to using you guys.
I'm smiling under here. You can't tell, but I'm smiling.
It's so cool seeing those groups pop up, especially for that ISC group because they're being used by me as well to help out with some of the other faction stuff. As Chris put it at one point, they're my grunts to toy with. So that's a good thing I could point to. You know, that could be a reinforcement thing that the Imperials look for at some point. They could call in a squad of those guys. That's an easy one. I should have used that one. That's not a spoiler because everyone knows you guys are coming at this point. It is fun watching players latch on to different ideas, like the ISC's players. A whole bunch of players latched onto that, and same thing happened with Perla Corporation. I brought the idea of Perla out there and was getting ready to make a whole bunch of stuff about it to try to use it as NPCs and maybe try to get a couple players involved. And almost immediately, a whole bunch of players were like, "Perla sounds cool. Let's do that." So great. Makes my storyboard heart flutter. But yeah, thanks for everybody for hopping on. If there's any other questions, you can hit us up on the Discord. Almost everybody came from the Discord. I imagine there's nobody that found this any other way. So you all know how to get a hold of us and keep talking about the event. Look forward to seeing you all in April, which is not that far away.
See you guys.
See ya, man.